Guy Harvey already has kicked 1 from 1. Has this one set up 30 metres out. Moves in, gives it plenty of height. And up go the flags once more. So the score at the moment, Guy Harvey 4, Tony Ray 2. And Peter Gill with a quick restart, looking to regain the ball off the kick-off. But McCabe has it. Good tackle by Gill. Work the blind side. Jackson.
Well, obviously Burns there called out a player as being an offside position. That's why he let Gorf run. And once again, Brothers offside. No, Peter Gill, I think. Might have been a bit of talk back. Let's have a look. Getting a lecture from the referee. Bailey comes in as the captain. It's like Irwin saying, let me referee this. Yes, keep the mouth shut. Obviously, Peter Gill had a few words to say. Another penalty going to Norths. And the game has been punctuated by the referee's whistle blowing in a scrum to pack.
Norths come up with it. It's one against the head. Norths have it 10 metres inside of Brothers territory. Groff running like a forward and beats a couple of tackles too before he's finally put to ground. Carter. Duncan. Switch. Still alive, Norths. 20 metres now inside of Brothers territory. Bagnall, Dowling stands, finds Booth coming up the middle.
North's trying a few different things in attack. They've certainly come out with a definite match plan to counter this Brothers stacked defence.
Bagnall works at the blind side, Jinks back in field. Oh, nice heavy tackle there by Carter though, coming across in cover defence.
Fifth tackle.
Fifth and final. Duncan puts it up. It's a nice high one, all on, says the referee. Moore coming through, couldn't take it. Coyne comes up with it. Beats McCabe's tackle. Coyne up to the quarterway.
North said they were going to put the ball high in the air to put a bit of pressure on the young fullback. North starting the better of the two sides.
Always gets a round of applause from the crowd, Smoking Joe. Great crowd favourite as Brothers working out from Clinton Moore. Bagnall comes across in cover though and puts him to ground on the halfway mark.
Well, Bagnall's job will be that all day. He'll have to get up there and cover defend all day.
Grogan by himself. No support. Shrugs off a couple of tackles. Still going Grogan. Ray and support. Out to Smith. Very close to that sideline though and had to come back in field. But Brothers making good yardage. Gill. Stafford running wide. Jackson, nice tackle around the legs. Just short of the quarterway. There's the bomb from Bailey. Booth's back there and takes it nicely. Gill comes through. Puts him to ground, just short of his own try line.
Second time Michael Booth's been called on to take the high ball. He did it well.
Oh, and heavy defence from Brett LeMan, and the ball's been lost. Oh, what a cruncher of a tackle.
Man on man, came in, drove with the shoulder. Upended him. Here it is again, out of dummy half comes Guy Harvey. Thought he was going to do it easy until Brett LeMan got a hold of him, put the shoulder in, up and over. Ooh, almost a spear tackle. Guy Harvey still very groggy after that tackle.
So an important win to Brothers, a scrum win. They swing it wide. Burns has to come back in field though.
Brothers hitting the wing that Guy Harvey was still groggy on.
Continue to work this short blind side with Smith. They're only 10 metres short, Brothers. They lead 4-2. Well, they trail 4-2, I should say. Carter back in field. Swing it wide, Brothers. Grogan back in field. Gill tries to stand them up. Stafford, they're keeping it alive, Brothers. Still going, Carter. Smith again. Well, they're throwing it from side to side, but no one's going forward. And Duncan.
Well, Duncan was the first man in to make a tackle, about 6 tackles previously, and he was still there to make the last one.
This time, Brothers, LeMan finds gaps up the middle. Again, they keep it alive. Gill, a little chip and chase. Groff's back there. He's been fouled in the back play, but
Irwin called play on. He called play on immediately when he saw it. He felt that Gill took a dive. Restart from the 22-metre line as the Brothers crowd disagree. Quite a bit of booing. Score 4-0 in favour of Norths. 14 minutes into the game.
Restart from the 22, Dowling. Oh, bust him straight up the middle. Dowling has supports too, gives it to Gerard. They're almost up to the halfway mark, North.
Dowling causing plenty of problems for the Brothers' defence.
Well, that went to no one. I think it was supposed to go to McCabe. Finally, McMahon has to clean up for Norths. They lost ground then, about 10 yards in fact. Jackson, the flyweight lock forward. Gains a few more metres. Stafford's offside. And the bag will run straight around him. Almost back to the halfway mark, Norths. Swing it wide. Groff to McCabe. Long pass out to the supports. Still going is a Roslin, up over the halfway mark. 5th tackle this time. Duncan, the midfield bomb. North's players have all overshot it. Play on, says the referee. Duncan, up towards the quarterway, gets his pass off. Gets his pass off to his supports. Roslin stepping back in field. Now they swing it wide. Dowling. It's Roslin. To Booth. Then over to McMahon. McMahon will score. Brings it round.
Well, their most experienced man on the field finished it off, but great build-up from Norths on the inside. They're definitely troubling Brothers. Brothers going backwards. Norths finding plenty of gaps. It was from a high ball. One ruck before this that really put Brothers in disarray. McMahon limping back, but he scored the try. Let's have a look at it. Good back up here. That was Kelso coming through. The centres combined nicely. Booth, all they had to do was draw Greg Smith. He couldn't get to McMahon then, and McMahon scampers away. No stopping cocky McMahon there, and he brings the ball around to put it closer to the post. From the head on, we see the centres combine nicely. There's the ball out to Booth. The last pass, all they had to do was draw the cover defence, and Cocker McMahon, Shane McMahon, brings it around to finish off a good backline movement. The Brothers' defensive pattern has been broken.
Guy Harvey has already kicked 2 from 2. Could just about throw this one over. And up go the flags. Now North well and truly in command in the opening section. They lead 10-0. Back to the restart from Brothers. Straight down the throat of Booth. Runs it back, almost back to the quarterway. Brett LeMan, the tackler.
This is the guy that's done a lot of damage to Brothers and almost gets through again.
Greg Dowling plays his best rugby league for the big games. I know this is one of them, the major semi-final. At the back line. Running that off that short pass nicely. It's Jackson. Bagnall himself, that's negative football. Wasted a tackle. 5th and final. Duncan with the kick for touch. But, well, bad mistake from Moore, but play on. Came off his chest. And he brings play back to the halfway mark.
Brothers haven't had a lot of possession. Let's see what they can do with the ball.
Kilroy going sideways, and Bill Dart says...
And a swinging arm. McCabe came in late for sure. Swinging arm into Kilroy. He'll need some attention also. Penalty has gone to Brothers. Leaves a little bit late, that one from McCabe. Really unnecessary because it was a great tackle from Dart originally. And Joe Kilroy has got a foot injury. I'd say it came from this sling from Bill. There it is, an awkward position that his ankle was in. Dart had brought him to ground. No need for anyone else to come in. And wait for it. 1, 2.
Meanwhile, Brothers with that touch fire to take play to 10 metres out from North line. They trail 10-0. Coyne with the restart. Takes it to 5 metres out. Brothers need a try. Smith setting it up. Back inside to Ray. Puts his head down, but there's plenty of Devils defence there. Smith. LeMan. Oh, crunching defence.
Great tackle. Kieran Jackson.
There's not much of him, Jackson, but gee, he makes him feel him. Gill. Coyne off his wing. North's defence looking good in these opening minutes. 5th tackle, Smith. Little chip kick across field. Coming through, Brothers, but well taken. Dowling into the dummy half position. Runs himself. The 2 big men meet, Stafford and Dowling. Almost up to the North's quarterway. McCabe sets himself for the run. Just makes it up, just over the quarterway. Gerard slots into the dummy half position. Duncan. Straight back into the forwards though. Now they'll swing it wide. Dart running wide again. Can't slip his pass though. And having made too much ground this last 5 tackles. There's the kick from Bagnall. Sits up nicely for Coyne. No, it doesn't. It goes into touch.
Well, Norths were finding it difficult to make ground. Good kick, that one from Bagnall, where he found plenty of space out on that blind side to get his kick away. A very lucky bounce.
Stop it back down. 5 minutes inside Brothers territory. Penalty Norths.
Brothers collapsing, and good opportunity this one for Norths now to go back on the attack. As we said, they found it difficult to get out of their own half, but now this penalty, good touch finder initially. Penalties, 5-2 in favour of Norths, so that's been a significant advantage they've had. They've got a lead of 10 points to nil. There's only 16 minutes to go. But what I've liked about their play so far is the safety that they've used. They haven't tried to panic. They've taken the ball up strongly. They've been able to unsettle Brothers' defensive pattern.
There's the second kick. Swing it wide. Duncan sees a bit of a hole now. He links up with McCabe. McCabe to Dart, but it's been intercepted. Burns has it. Burns up to the halfway. Back inside to Gill. The chase for the try line. Kilroy in support. Gill finds Kilroy. Kilroy score underneath the uprights. Brilliant. Full length of the field. Trying to Brothers, but against the run of play.
Certainly against the run of play. Norths tried a set piece, and that was to get the ball very quickly from the tap move outside the Brothers' defensive line. It came unstuck. They'd done some good work. The pass went astray there. Jeff Burns took it, bounced straight into his hands. The North defence converging on him. He looks for support. Peter Gill, not the fastest player in Brisbane. He had to turn. He had a chaser with him, and that was Roslin who was coming down on him. But Joe Kilroy positioned himself perfectly. Bang, straight to Kilroy, and Joe Kilroy won't be stopped from there. In under the sticks. Brothers reply, certainly against the runner play. There's Peter Gill. Roslin was coming down on him, but Peter Gill kept a cool head. Joe Kilroy just set a beeline for the post, and then Gill just had enough time to draw the defence, and away goes Joe. He wasn't going to be stopped, and in under the sticks goes Joe Kilroy for Brothers' first try, his 9th for the season.
Tony Ray with this one set right in front, makes no mistake. And now Brothers well and truly back in this match. They trail 10-6. So Michael Booth to restart for Norths after that shock try to Brothers.
Certainly that can have a dramatic effect on a game. Norths have been riding high. They've done everything right so far. Brothers really haven't been able to click. And we find an interceptor, certainly against the run of play. And could be just the tonic Brothers need to get their act into gear.
Ray kicks. It's only about the third or fourth tackle. So making their intentions clear, Brothers. They want to play it down here. Booth has some trouble with that one before he finally feels it. And the centre pairing, Grogan and Burns, put him to ground. McMahon from dummy half. Sneaks a few metres on the blind side. Booth, Bagnall. That's Roslin. Roslin brought into the side as a late replacement. Cook, of course, damaged hamstring through the week. Couldn't take his place. Norths not afraid to swing it in their own territory. Kelso's caught with it. 30 metres out from his own try line. The 5th tackle signalled by Ian Irwin. Duncan with the kick for touch. Moore's there. Takes it on the full. Pointless kicking. And Moore taken. 5 down. 5 metres from his own halfway mark. Brothers swinging it wide to Joe Kilroy. Kilroy almost runs around his opposite number.
Great tackle from Roslin.
Coyne doing the forwards work up to the halfway mark. Carter running out wide. Runs into a hefty tackle though of McCabe. And Dowling and a penalty to Brothers. 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Coyne with the second kick. Pull down. 3 or 4 metres short. Smith. Carter. No gaps up the middle there, North. Very strong around the middle of the rucks. Gary Smith. Pull down, 5 metres out. Bailey quickly claimed by Bagnall.
Brothers know they're in a final.
Gill. Good cut-out pass to Grogan. Held it up just too long, though. Gill, the kick. One of your Brothers chases. Booth takes it nicely, though, when he's in goal area. It's the advantage to Norths. Bring it back.
Whilst he was driven over the dead ball line, it doesn't matter. He certainly took it on the full in the in-goal area initially. North now with a chance to get out of this unfortunate position they've been in territorially. And they'll need some big runs from the forwards like Dowling.
Dart. But again, he's running one out.
And offside. I'd say Irwin's been doing a bit of talking out there, the referee, calling players out of it. We've heard him a few times during the match. Undoubtedly, he called the man out on that occasion. The man became involved in the tackle on Bill Dart. And North's now get another penalty. 6-4 the penalties in favour of the Devils. Only 7.5 minutes to go in the first half.
So Duncan's kick for touch takes play just short of the halfway mark. Dowling running strongly. Just can't manage to slip his pass. Was desperately trying to get his arms free. McCabe. They've been following each other all day, these two.
I think that's
Dowling
the key,
takes the first one.
Bill, why North have gone so well is that the North pack have worked pretty well as a unit. They've shared the workload around.
Well, it's a hot one for Dart. He couldn't take it. Still loose on the ground. And Hockey McMahon finally has to clean up.
Dowling very, very mad at the moment. He's seeing mistakes there which are unnecessary. Norths have had a few set moves. There it is. Knock on. Certainly a knock on. The scrum to pack. But Norths have had a few set moves to try and get around this brothers' defensive pattern. That was another one we saw there just before where Duncan stopped at the base of the ruck and then fired it back to the blind side. But unfortunately, it's bringing about lost ball. 6 lost ball to Norths and only 2 to brothers.
They swing it wide, brothers, from the scrum. Grogan beats his opposite number, gets his pass off to Moore back inside, ducks under that high tackle. Booth finally picks him up from behind and puts him to ground.
I think Moore could have looked outside there. Coyne was unmarked.
Smith, full of running now, brothers. 6 minutes remaining. They want another try just before half-time. Bailey takes play up to the North quarterway. Coyne into the dummy half position. They work the blind side through Leman. Leman has support in Stafford. Stafford held up. Now they swing it wide again. Gill. Carter. Carter has to hold it up. Ducks under a couple of tackles. Still going, Stephen Carter. Pull down just 10 metres short of the try line. 5th tackle. Tony Ray, the kick from dummy half. Up they go. Still loose. Who comes up with it? Bagnall for Norths. Offside though.
He's got him for offside. Bagnall a bit unlucky there. All he had to do was be in the in-goal area and he wouldn't have been offside, but unfortunately Bagnall just in the field of play. Got him in an offside position. Gift 2 points for brothers. Let's have a look at it. There's the North players. Bagnall in an offside position. You can't be offside in your own in-goal area, but there it is. Bagnall certainly in the field of play and in front of the last man to touch the ball. Penalty to brothers. Looks like they may not go for 2 points. Cannot believe it. That's crazy.
Bailey with the
another
tap.
penalty. Another penalty to North. Well, they got a licence to stand offside all day now. Brothers aren't going to take 2 points.
Well, that's absolute suicide. They trail by 4 points. Now they continue to run it. Brothers on the attack.
Well,
3 minutes short.
They've done it all year. They've had plenty of chance to have a shot for goal and taken the best.
It's the short pass to Smith. Pull down 10 metres short. Brothers Gill. Moore chiming in. But merely going through the motions at the moment, brothers. Not seem to be sparking any attack at all. Smith almost lost it.
Come on, North! 3 tails, North! 3! Come on!
Gill now trying to direct traffic and he's dropped it. And they paid the penalty, brothers.
Well, I can't understand it, Bill. It's all very well in fixture matches and they've done it time and time again where they haven't had shots for goal, but it's a major semi. 10-6, the score could have been 10-8.
North come up with a scrum win, and brothers have lost an easy 2 points. Anyway, we won't dwell on the point. Norths have it just short of their own quarterway. Jackson to get up and play it. Dowling standing very flat on that occasion. Just takes
a little bit of a mix up there at the play. The ball caused Dowling to mistime his run.
Booth, the fullback, doesn't mind a bit of heavy work. Booth, that was a good strong run. Makes 4 or 5 metres. Dart now another penalty. So one last chance for points now. North's Dowling again with the first ruck. Only 20 seconds remaining. They'll kick or spin it wide, Norths. Oh, heavy tackle.
Worth a field goal. Darryl Duncan's an expert at him.
Here he goes. He'll kick the high bomb. All the North players streaming through. Well taken, though, by Peter Gill.
Well, we talk about experts. This guy is one of the best takers of the high ball in the game. Gill, he got back nicely.
And time just about up. There it is, the half-time hooter at the half-time break. Norths 10, Brothers 6. Well, a fairly dour first half for typical finals football. Let's take a look at the statistics. For Brothers, 1 try to Joe Kilroy. For Norths, a try to McMahon. The goal kicking, 1 to Ray, Tony Ray, 1 from 2. And Guy Harvey's kicked 3 from 3. That's the difference so far. In the scrums, they're 3-all. Against the feed, they're going North's way, 1-0. The penalties, North's 8-6. And the scrum penalties, 2-1. Of course, the score, 10-6. And David, is that a surprising scoreline at half-time for you?
Well, I think so, Bill. I thought Brothers would have it in hand, but I thought they were going to do it tough all the way. I thought at 10-0, Norths have done extremely well. The intercept try against the run of play. Feature, I think, of the first half has been North's defence. Even when a player has missed a tackle, there's been someone else there to cover up, something that hasn't happened in the past. Brothers, on the other hand, providing they don't panic, I still think can win it. They've just shown enough out wide to suggest that, given the ball out there, they're going to cause North some problems.
OK, well, there's still 40 minutes of football left. Anything can happen. So there's the restart for the second half. Brothers kicking off to Norths. And David, importantly, 1 change in the game so far.
And there's the man with the ball now, Neil Wharton, wearing number 14, and he's replaced Guy Harvey. Guy Harvey, the kicker for North, so they'll be down their goal kicker. But Neil Wharton, a very talented player, is going to be called on to play on the right wing.
There was talk through the week that Oliphant might put him on as North make a bust. Bill Dart up towards the halfway mark. Beautifully taken, though, by Brothers fullback Clinton Moore. Now they'll swing it wide, North. Booth out to Dowling, standing wide. Puts it onto McCabe. McCabe up to the halfway mark. North could have them here if they stretch it, but Bagnall kicks for touch and too big.
Just out on the full, Bagnall. He didn't quite get a hold of it as he wanted to. There is a slight breeze favouring North now. There's Jeff Bagnall had an outstanding first half. Been one of their top tacklers, but not only in cover defence, he's also done his work around the middle of the ruck. There's the scrums, 3-all.
Make that 4-3 to Brothers as they come up with it. Gill out to Grogan. Moore chiming in from the back line with some open spaces. Still going Moore. Tries to outsprint the defence. It comes across and puts him down, though. Wharton finally finishes him off.
Great
Good cover defence.
Yeah, the lock forward, Jackson. There he is in there again. The tackling machine, Kieran Jackson.
So now Brothers on the attack. 20 metres inside of North's territory. It's fired out to Grogan. Has to come back in field, though. North very quickly to regroup. It's good defence. Work the blind side. Gill running across field, stands them up. Bagnall claims him, though. And with the help of Captain Duncan, hold him up on the quarterway. Smith, Leman, Burns, Grogan. Again, that defence up very quickly out wide, North, blocking them off. 5th tackle. They've done well to contain them. Ray, little chip kick. Plenty of people back there for North, so, and Dark comes up with it on his own quarterway.
North's very lucky there because they stood off Tony Ray. It was the 5th tackle. The kick was always going to be on, and Ray had all the time in the world not only to take it, but take about 3 or 4 steps into the middle of the North's ruck and then just place it wherever he wanted to. North will have to harass. They're going to stop the kicking game.
Dowling, little pass to Bagnall into some open spaces. Bagnall still going, has support, no, but can't fire his pass away, and is put to ground by his opposite number.
Beautiful ball from Dowling to put him away.
Dowling, McCabe again, running off for Dowling as he's done all day. McCabe makes it up to the halfway mark. Back this way now, North. Bagnall stands up Smith, beats Leman's tackle, still going, beats Gill's tackle again. Greg Smith is forced to put him down. 5th tackle, North starting to make some inroads. Duncan with the big bomb. Moore setting himself, they're streaming through. Oh, knocked out of it. Still alive. 6 to go, says the referee. North with a big chance. 6 to go. Brothers a bunch, they'll swing it. Wharton, out to Dart. Dart tackle though nicely. Beautiful cover defensive tackle.
Clinton Moore.
North's back the other way. Jackson onto it. Takes play 10 metres short of the try line. North's lead, 10-6. Gerard into the dummy half position. Dowling, they'll look to swing it wide. Dowling gets his pass to Kelso. Kelso's line, he score!
Well, Greg Dowling is playing it like a minstrel out there at the moment. He's conducting the whole show. Dowling's picking the way North should run. He's been involved in the play right from the very start of the game. And once again, look at this pass from Dowling. Excellent effort here to find Kelso. Clear Brothers' defence. Dowling goes across, waiting to see what's going to happen. There go the defence. The short pass to Kelso will always cause trouble with that Brothers' defensive line. A missed tackle in behind. Kelso across. Great effort from North. Let's have a look at it from the head on. We'll see the Brothers' fading defensive pattern. And what's Dowling just let it go. He said, OK, you can move if you like. The little short pass to Kelso. Smith can't then get back onto the right foot. And Kelso across for North's second try, his first for the season.
So Michael Booth having the dubious honour of being the only other North player to have kicked for the Devils this season. And he makes good the kick. Up go the flags. And now North's increased their lead by 16 points to 6. So the restart for Brothers. Trevor Bailey and Brothers supporters would be somewhat shell-shocked at the moment. I don't think they expected this.
Well, not only the supporters, but 13 players plus a coach. I think they always knew it was going to be tough against North, but North have found it very difficult until today's game to breach this Brothers defensive line. Obviously, Oliphant put a lot of work into how to go about doing that, and these players have responded. There's been certainly a changing tactic from Oliphant to create things against Brothers, and his players have played well. Here we have Clinton Moore. He had a look at it. He looked back to see who was going to get the ball before he started chasing.
Moore forced into his in-goal area and will be tackled. That was sloppy play. There was no one home for the brethren.
Well, Brothers definitely bustled and hustled. There's Joe Kilroy, or there's Michael Booth, I should say. Kilroy a couple of moments ago looking around in amazement because there was lack of communication there. Kilroy shaking his head. That was his wing. Clinton Moore looked back to see where Kilroy was going to chase the ball and realised no one was chasing it. He left his run very, very late, and that's why he had no opportunity to get out of the in goal.
Burns with the restart from underneath the goal post. Booth fumbles it, did well to get to it, and Brothers will come up with it.
Well, North can ill afford to relax.
Smith. Well, here they go, Brothers swinging it wide, right down their own territory. Burns, but again, that North defence is up very quickly.
Penalty here. Clinton Moore knocked down without the ball. Silly play from Roslin.
Joey Kilroy with the second kick. Well, North players seem to be up offside then. Kilroy. Smith. Gill, the wrap around, Stafford up the middle. Work it this way, continue. Burns spots a bit of a gap. Burns gets his arm free. Right
outside. Oh! Ian Irwin's called him back. Well, I'll talk about premature. The crowd yelled out, get him back onside. Irwin decided that he would, and certainly could well have been premature. It'd be worth seeing again to see whether North hung off Tony Ray right at the vital moment. The wraparound was on. Burns took them on. He went straight up the middle of the ruck and then found Tony Ray. Did North hold off at the last minute? Here we'll see it again. Jeff Burns, after a little rapid of a wraparound, he hits the ruck. He hits the line of defence, got his hands free. Now let's see whether anyone could have tackled Tony Ray. The whistle had gone by then. Maybe Kelso did pull out at the last minute. Certainly Booth did. So not as simple as what it looked.
So Brothers still on the attack now. They have a fresh 6 tackles. Gill the wraparound with Smith. Smith 10 metres short of the try line before he's pulled down. Mackenzie the tackler. Swing it wide to Burns. The defence up though, gets his arms free though, has it, still alive, Kennedy has it. Bringing out the back line, Gill to Gary Smith, he slips though. To LeMan, LeMan skirting wide, can't beat the tackle of McCabe, gets his pass away though to Ray, on to Burns.
Good defence from North. They're covering everything that Brothers can throw at them at the moment.
It's the 5th tackle. There's the bomb. Booth flies high and takes it. Well done, Michael Booth.
He's taken some good high ball today. He's been put under plenty of pressure from Brothers.
North will run it in their own territory. Dowling gets his pass away to McMahon. Beats a couple. Can't beat LeMan's tackle of cover defence though. Just short of their own quarterway. Dowling the blind side. Has supported Mackenzie. Just up over the quarterway. North now adopting Brothers tackles and running it in their own territory. Gerard. Booth. There's the kick. Has Moore turning and chasing again. straight in the middle of the field, and plenty of chases for North. Moore's back there, takes it. Comes up to Bagnall, and Bagnall drives him into the ground. Great tackle, great chase.
Great stuff from the little halfback. He's had a mountainous game, the number 7. Along with Dowling, they've been outstanding for North. They put enormous pressure on Brothers. Clinton Moore has been the danger player all season, has had very little room to move, and he certainly didn't have much room to move there. The room he had was all airspace, up and down.
So Brothers now with a chance to clear. They trail by 16 points to 6. And there's only 22 minutes of the match remaining. Out to Grogan. To Ray in support. Back inside to LeMan. That's Battlestar. Straight up the middle of LeMan. Still going. Has support back inside. Kennedy. Pull down. McCabe finishes him off.
Certainly did. He hit him with everything but the kitchen sink.
10 metres inside of North's territory. Brothers on the attack. Gill still going. Shrugs off one tackle. Across field Gill. Slips his pass now. Kilroy has to go back for it. And can't make his way back up onto his feet. That's the 5th tackle.
Well, AJ's injured. He fell awkwardly there as he went back to get the ball. Here it is. Kilroy going back. No one near him at this stage. The foot goes from under him. Oh, the knee awkwardly. He anguishes in pain there. You can see it. McMahon came in quite gently just to lay his hands on. So Kilroy injured before he hit the deck. We've had quite an extensive delay there for Joe Kilroy, but Ian Irwin could have invoked the rule that's been in now for the last month or so, and that is one of his teammates could have played the ball. Not to be the case, 2 or 3 minute rest for all the players.
So Joe is all right and will be able to play on. There's the bomb. It's a shocker. It's gone straight up and down the same spot. Gill feels it and throws a wild pass away. Loose on the ground. Who comes up with it? 6 to go. No. Penalty this time to Brothers. Well,
holding back, I found it difficult to see ultimately how he could find that penalty. He's really stacks on the mill and anything goes. And from a poor kick, the penalty results to Brothers. They didn't take 2 points before, and certainly with the score at 16-6, there's no chance they're going to take them now.
Burns with a kick for touch. Desperately needing a try, Brothers. They trail by 16 points to 6, 20 minutes remaining in the match.
The match is far from over. Brothers are still quite capable of coming back and getting the 2 tries they need to win it.
Kilroy with the restart, the second kick. Puts his head down, tries to burrow over, he's got his up, he's scored!
Dowling throws his hands on the head. Joe Kilroy, injured only 1 minute ago, comes up with an impossible try. Great work from Kilroy. Solo effort, he limps back out of it. Good work from Strudwick to leave him on there. He knows he's a match winner. Joe places the ball on the ground. Low and hard. Look at this. A torpedo. The arm reaches out. He sees the try line and gets the ball across. Terrific solo effort. Inspirational stuff. They needed it. This is from behind. Oh, that's fantastic stuff from Kilroy. He's elated. Brothers back in the match.
Tony Ray, 1 from 2 today so far, moves in with this one and raises the flags. Brothers back in the hut. 16-12 now, North's lead. There's the restart, 18 minutes of rugby league remaining, and what an 18 minutes of rugby league it's going to be. Peter Gill runs it back. Smith now. It's Coyne, I should say.
You can bet anything you like that Brothers are going to open up the game. Oh.
A little bit of acting there, I think, from Groff, trying to get the penalty. Brothers have it, though. Smith out to Gill. Grogan, men over here. Burns still going. McKenzie puts him down, though.
Lost it.
Into touch.
Well, Kilroy looks to be a passenger. There he is, just getting up now. He's still limping badly. Strudwick tried to make a replacement with Vince O'Brien, and Kilroy said, I'll be okay. There he is, smoking Joe, but Vince O'Brien coming out again. It's about time Joe left the field. They'll need 13 fit ones if they're going to win from here. There's Vince O'Brien on the sideline. He doesn't know whether he's coming or going.
North scrum win. They bring it around the open side. Bagnall tackled, plays the ball. Groff to McKenzie.
Kilroy leaving the field. Right at this moment, on comes Vince O'Brien.
Change made. Joe Kilroy did his job, scored the try that got Brothers back into the match. It would be wise to leave. North with the ball. McCabe back inside. They'll keep it alive. Duncan up the middle. Still trying to get his arms free. Now he does. Bagnall in support. Still going Bagnall. Up to the last line of defence. All towards the try line. Desperately close. Just pulled down. Couldn't get his arms free. North, 2 metres short. Jackson trying to go himself.
If they get deep, they'll score on the right.
Brothers hopelessly outnumbered out here. Dowling, here it comes. Groff, little kick across. Vince O'Brien flies high and takes it. Well done.
O'Brien took it on the full in the end goal area. Restart for Brothers on the 22-metre line. 16 minutes to go, and it's going to be 16 of the most exciting minutes we've seen at Lang Park for a long time.
Bailey with the restart.
Here it is, well taken by Vince O'Brien. Lands in the in-goal area. McCabe comes through to crunch him. Brothers get the restart from the 22-metre line.
Things starting to hot up here. Brothers in possession. Stafford the blind side. Running freely, the big fella. Oh, ducked under a high one from Jackson. Smith, Gill, Grogan. Run it wide, has to step back infield though. Beats a couple of tackles. Still going Grogan up over the halfway mark. Still going Grogan. Pulled down from behind by Bagnall, who's been doing the sweeping work all day. Once again, he saved them. Brothers, LeMan, back inside to Bailey. Has Smith coming up the middle. Booth clings to him, puts him down on the quarterway. Fifth and final tackle, says referee Ian Irwin. Brothers, Gill puts the boot to it. Booth sets himself. Up they go, and once again he's taken it and knocked it down, and knock on, says the referee.
Well, Booth had that one. He'd originally had it in his hand, just lost it. Dowling kicks it clear, kicks it well downfield. Actually, could easily have been a penalty. There's Booth coming in now amongst the pack, had it in his hands, landed on the ground. Little hand from Brothers there, probably from Eric Kennedy, just dragged it clear. And the pressure is right on the Devils. Brothers loose head and feed, 10 metres out from the try line, right under the sticks. The winner of this game straight into the grand final. North's lead at the moment by 16 points to 12, 15 minutes to go.
This is probably one of the most vital scrums of the match. Brothers come up with it, work the blind side. Gill looking for the open man. Moore is in open spaces for the try. There he goes. Clinton Moore stretches out and scores. And Brothers now level all up at 16-all.
Well, the danger men of Brothers, they wrapped the blind side, and really North didn't read it too well. It was Peter Gill on the far side of the scrum. They came back the blind after standing open. That created the extra man. Pretty clean heel, that one. Here they come back the blind side. Extra man's been created. Clinton Moore going to wrap it. There's the extra man into the gap. Clinton Moore got plenty of pace. And Neil Wharton isn't going to be able to make the tackle. Brothers, danger men have done it. They've squared it all up at 16-all. There's the good little wrap from Clinton Moore into the gap. It looked like Roslin, who couldn't get to him. Neither could Neil Wharton, and Brothers across to square it all up.
Tony Ray with one of the most important kicks he'll make today, and it looks good. Up go the flags. Brothers hit the front for the first time today, 18 points to 16. There's the restart for North by Booth. What a comeback it's been by Brothers. The first time they've poked their noses in front today, 18-16, and what a time to do it with 13 minutes of the game remaining.
The North now have to get back out of this. They've got themselves into a bit of a hole. Brothers have had the majority of possession. They're making plenty of breaks. North desperately need possession, and they need to start making a few breaks themselves. Two interested spectators here at today's game, John Rebo and Peter McWhirter. Of course, Rebo is the general manager of the Broncos, and McWhirter the diehards coach for this season, and looks like he's going to retire next year, and Rebo will be part of our commentary team for the grand final.
LeMan.
33 tackles.
LeMan trying to bust through. Just pulled down 3 metres short. That's the fifth tackle. One to go, Brothers. Bailey, little chip across field. Coyne goes up for it. It's loose in the in-goal area, but has been killed by the North player, Groff. That'll come back to the 22 for the restart.
Looks like he's got Brothers for knocking the ball forward in the in-goal area.
Dowling, the restart. Gerard into the dummy half position. McKenzie runs into Gill.
Dowling trying to direct traffic, saying let's get it out wide, and that's what Norths have got to do. They're going to move it.
Here they go, Booth. Long cut-out pass. So the Brothers defence up very quickly to cut them off. Coming back inside is Roslin. That's Vigorous defence by Gary Smith. Duncan puts the boot to it. Claws back there this time. Sits up nicely for him. He just lost sight of it there for a minute. Now he's having troubles. Finally feels it in. Runs it back. Bagnall once again up there to effect the tackle. Brothers just short of the the halfway mark, I should say. Gill out to Grogan. Tries to stand up Wharton. Beats Wharton. Couldn't beat Roslin though. Vince O'Brien, his first touch for the day. Feeds it off to Coyne. Coyne's pulled down 5 metres short of the halfway mark. Bailey works that short blind side. Has Smith in support. Smith up towards the quarterway. Back inside to Coyne. The cover defence is there. Can't beat Booth. Oh, the pass has gone astray. Knocked back though, I think. Still on. LeMan has it. Across the field of play. LeMan picks up Smith. And Smith will score. That's a spectacular try for Brothers. Smith brings it round underneath the post. And they're straight through to the grand final, I think, Brothers.
You can count on that. Some good backup play from Brothers. I thought there was a touch of a knock-on in there, so they could be somewhat fortunate. They lead 22-16 at the moment. Here it is, Mark Coyne. He backed up down the blind side beautifully. Looks back on the inside. There's the pass on the inside. That one's there, just touched. I thought it could have been a knock-on. Back to Smith. Out to LeMan. What's the little wrap around here? Good backup play. Knew he was coming. And Greg Smith backs up beautifully to put it down under the sticks. And it all came from a little dart from Trevor Bailey down the blind side. Found Gary Smith and then looked for his winger. There was Coyne backing up nice. Let's have a look at this. See if there's a little touch on here as Coyne tries to cut back around Bird. Just couldn't get it clear. There was a little touch from Bailey. Toss up there, whether it was forward or back. The referee thought it was back. Around to LeMan. Look at him. Puts the brakes on. That holds up the defence. Does it nicely. There's Greg Smith backing up. North had run out of defenders. Brothers had Vince O'Brien if they needed him. They didn't. And they seal the game in the 34th minute of the second half.
Tony Ray to give Brothers an 8-point spread. And raises the flags. Brothers now with that handy 8-point lead. Booth restarts for North with 5 minutes remaining in the match. Vince O'Brien runs into Wharton, just short of the quarterway. Brothers now have that handy 8-point lead, as we mentioned, as Bailey goes for a searching run up the middle. Wharton gathers him in from behind and puts him down. 10 metres short of the halfway mark. Now the hole's starting to open up for Brothers. Stafford, they're coming home, full of running Brothers. Up to the halfway mark. Across to Smith. Grogan. Back infield, Grogan. Right on the halfway mark if you put to ground. 5th tackle. Bailey puts his kick in. Booth through and once again takes it brilliantly under pressure. He's been safe all day, Michael Booth.
Well, it's ironic really, Bill. The only one he missed was the one he took initially and then lost in front of him. Brothers scored from that one to hit the front. So whilst Booth has done everything right, only one black mark. And of course in finals football, the slightest little mistake can turn a game. We've seen it today. Brothers have come on strong in the second half. North's had a great effort to try and win this match. Their effort has been basically led by Dowling, who tried very hard there to get the ball free. It's gone loose. Brothers in possession with 4 minutes to go. Quite capable of adding more points as Gordon Reid comes onto the field for North and Darryl Duncan leaves.
So Smith to play it back. Kennedy takes it away from dummy half. There's Reid, his first touch. Coyne sneaks a couple of metres from dummy half. Greg Dowling, though, who's been non-stop today. That's the 5th tackle. Field goal attempt from Peter Gill. Won't make it. Boots there, takes it. And a Coyne clings to him, puts him down 10 metres from his own try line. Bagnall. They swing it wide out to Groff. Groff in some open space. Across comes a cover, beats Smith. Can't beat Clinton Moore, though, and Clinton Moore puts him down on the halfway mark. Back the other way now, Bagnall. Just inside of Brothers' territory. Gerard goes for a run himself. Ray clings to him. At the back line, North. Well, they decide they're going to run it. 2 minutes remaining. It's the 5th tackle. Booth with the kick. Well, I think Clinton Moore's proved himself today. There's no need to keep testing him out. He's fielded another bomb and he's gone for a run up the middle. Put to ground, midway between the quarter and the half in Brothers territory. Brothers now will be content just to shut up shop.
Played extremely well, Clinton Moore. He was tempted by the press during the week to say that he couldn't handle the high ball, but he's responded to that beautifully. He's off to St George next year and he's got a great future in front of him.
He's answered his critics where it counts, out on the paddock. Grogan.
This guy's had a terrific game too, Robert Grogan. Made plenty of breaks out wide.
LeVan. Brothers running a few replacements on now. Shane McElwain also, who played in the reserve grade game. He's on. Moore again in some open spaces.
McElwain on for captain Trevor Bailey.
LeMan, flat-footed though, Brothers. Out to Smith. Steps back infield, gets his pass away, keeping it alive. Well done. Burns with it. Tries to draw the supports back inside, gets the ball away. Knocked down though and knocked on, says the referee. So a scrum pack down. Just a minute and a half of play remaining.
Well, it was thought that it'd be the Brothers' back line that would cause most of the problems. Sure, they got a lucky try in the first half and intercept when Kilroy scored. But it was Kilroy again, a great solo effort in the second half from Tap to really turn the game. Clinton Moore from a good scrum set piece scored another try. And Greg Smith showed how to back up also. So Brothers' backs have been the point scorers. And really they have capitalised on the few chances they had after North dominated the game for a good 60 minutes.
Penalty to North resulting from the scrum, the collapse of the scrum, and Bagnall's failed to find touch with that.
Well, he's probably out of practice, Bill, because that's the first penalty they've had in the second half.
Coyne goes for a run by himself, finds Gill. Gill starts to straighten it up, still going, the cover defences there. Jackson takes him down, just short of North's quarterway. Brothers, they want another try to finish with. Grogan to Smith. LeMan standing wide again. Stafford looked like he was going to kick it. Decides to run it instead.
Brothers might be working that for a new move for the grand final. They're there. And now the battle between the Devils and the Dolphins to see who'll be their combatants.
As the countdown starts, 5 seconds remaining in the match. The crowd counting it down. Tony Ray with a field goal attempt. How's it look? It's there. Well, what a way to finish it. Brothers running out winners now. 25 points to 16. So there it is, Brothers straight through to the grand final now in a fortnight's time after it looked for so much of the match as though Norths would have that honour. But all credit must go to Brothers. They stuck to their guns and they've come away with the victory. The final scoreline, Brothers 25, North 16. Let's take a look at the stats. For Brothers, Joe Kilroy, 2 tries. The match winner, actually, Joey Kilroy with that second try. Clinton Moore, 1 try, and Greg Smith, a try for Norths. McMahon and Kelso, 1 try apiece. In the goal-kicking department, Tony Ray kicked 4 from 5 and then finished it with a field goal. And Harvey for Norths kicked 3 from 3 before he was relieved by Booth, who fielded 1 from 1. The scrums department went Brothers' way 8-7 and against the feed 1-all. And the penalties also going Brothers' way 10-9. The scrum penalties Norths 3-1. Now with our man of the match down in the dressing rooms, David Wright.
Well, thanks, Bill, and certainly Norths were on top for the majority of the match, but Brothers came up with the points on the board, put them straight through to the grand final, and the Winfield Cup man of the match goes to Brothers' hard-working lock forward, Brett LeMan. Congratulations, Brett.
Thanks a lot, Dave.
I thought that Norths gave you a real big fright there, especially in the first 60 minutes of the game.
Yeah, they gave us a real big fright. They took the ball up and we didn't move up to defence.
What about at half-time? You were down 10-6 at half-time. Did Struddy have anything particular to say, any change in plan?
I just said, you know, we had a lack of commitment to going up to defence and we didn't. We just seemed to play like a very defensive in attack. So what we tried to do in the second half is sort of spread it and do what we have been doing all year.
Well, it certainly paid dividends. I'll give you a break now. Of course, you got a 2-week break, came out to the grand final. Give the time for the stitches over the eye to heal and also the ice pack on the ankle. Well done.
Yeah, thanks very much, Dave.
It certainly was a good effort from Brothers, I think, to come from behind, Bill. Norths were all over the top of them for the first 60 minutes. Bagnall, I thought, was outstanding for Norths, along with Dowling, but they really couldn't go it with the speed of Brothers in the second half. For Brothers, I thought, apart from Brett LeMan and the whole forward pack who worked very, very hard, I thought that Robert Grogan also had an outstanding game, along with Clinton Moore, but I'm sure now that Brothers will enjoy that 2-week break.
Yeah, thanks, David, and congratulations to Brett Leman, our man of the match for today. Let's take a look at the results in the other grades played today. In the reserve grade, Brothers 20 defeated Redcliffe 9. The third grade, Logan City, the newcomers to the competition, they defeated Redcliffe by 16 points to 12. And in the Colts, Souths 13 defeated Seagull Diehards 12. Now on to next week's games. The A grade, the big one, Norths now, after losing today, will play Redcliffe in the preliminary final. The reserve grade, Redcliffe and Souths. Redcliffe making their third appearance in the third grade. They take on Seagull Diehards, and in the Colts, Seagull Diehards again, they're against Brothers. But the big game next week, the preliminary final between Norths and Redcliffe, should be a great one. Look forward to your company then.